For part D, of course, we're going to start off with making it y is equal to 1/2 x. We switch the x with the y. There's no addition or subtraction to do. We want to get the y by itself. It's currently being multiplied by 1/2. Now recall that when we see a fraction, it means division. We've spent a lot of time on reciprocals and on the multiplicative inverse. So what we're going to do here is going to multiply this by 2/1 on this side and by 2/1 on this side. And the reason for that is that these 2's can cancel out. And if it helps, you can cancel out those 1's as well. So then we get y is equal to 2x/1. But the 1 isn't necessary. And so we're left with this. We will transform it. And our inverse function is going to be 2x. So again, here's our original function, 1/2 x. We add in the inverse that we found, 2x. And here's the mirror, f of x equals x. F of x equals x could also be written as y equals x. This is the line, the mirror, that allows us to reflect the original function with the inverse function. And you'll notice that there's symmetry and that they happen to cross at one point. Problem E. We write it as y equals 1/2 x minus 2. We switch the y with the x. And we are left again with a two-step problem from middle school pre-algebra days. So the two steps, the first step is usually addition or subtraction, and then the second step is going to be multiplication or division. We have before us a minus 2. Let's do the opposite of minus 2. And similar to the last experience, in order to get rid of this 1/2, I have to multiply by 2/1. Now, quick note. What if it was 3/4? You'd multiply by 4/3. Because they have to reciprocate. This 4 on the bottom goes up here, this 3 on the bottom, top goes on the bottom. It flips. Every time we talk about keep, change, flip, the flip part means reciprocate. What about something like this? Well, I'm solving for y, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 5/8. These cancel out. But over here I would get 10/24x. So over here, back to our problem, we're doing 2/1, but everybody gets a 2/1. So this gets 2/1, and this gets 2/1. And you put those dots. Otherwise, you might confuse this with a 22. These cancel out according to plan. This is 2x/1. This is 2 times 2 is 4/1. We don't need those 1's on the bottom. And then we proceed to transform. And there. Again, notice the symmetry, notice the balance. Here we have the original. Here is the inverse function that we just found. Here is the mirror that reflects them. And they also intersect at one point. So this is good. And if you're wondering how am I graphing this so quickly, you can just do a quick Google search on graphing calculator Desmos. Desmos is actually a pretty good online calculator. There's also an app for it for phones. And you type things in like you kind of see them.
Autobots, roll out.
And it's that nice. And yes, you can use it for this class.
Autobots, roll out.
For your summary, You know what f negative 1x means. We've talked about the whole process. But what if I then had you put a number in there? And here's an example of a function, f of x. So what would that mean? Well, hint, you know what this means. So you'd probably find that first before you do any input.